What's going on, guys? Well, here in a couple weeks, all that pretty green will be sticks. I hate winter. But, well, I've been digging out some old stuff, old projects that I didn't have finished, and this thing here is the Lt230. I had, I don't know, probably a dozen or more videos on it. Got all the welding done on it. These are the new mounts for the front bumper. And what else did I weld in? I'll finish the motor mounts and the battery box and painted it. So another shade of blue. With this thing's gonna have like, I don't know, 3 or 4 shades of blue on it. But I tried to get stuff that was, you know, close, but you just don't really have a whole lot of choice with seat covers and, you know, plastics and things like that as far as the colors. And the paint, this actually looks darker on the cap than what it is on the bike. Actually, it looks more blue and more darker on the frame here than what it does in this viewfinder. So, and then last Sunday I had all the bikes fixed. Every one of them was fixed, and I fixed, you know, the brakes and the chain on this one here. That one back there, I fixed the starter clutch, and I put a new battery in this one. And I put a new battery in that one back there. And then this one here, this bike here it's a 250X, and I made a video on it before, but it has a lot of, you know, the engine's been swapped with the Chinese one, and it has, you know, tie rods and tie rod ends, Chinese. And the gas tank, there's actually a gas tank inside of the gas tank. You can see here it's not the original big Honda cap. It's I mounted one inside of the old gas tank. And then other things is the axle in the back, which that chain needs lube bad. It's actually out of like a little 90 four-wheeler, and I changed the bearings in the back, you know, to fit this axle, and they fit the carrier on, you know, the OD of the bearing fits the carrier. I wasn't able to put a back brake on it because of, you know, it just would have been so much more fabricating to get one on there. But one of the problems I've been having with it is, like, every weekend I'm shearing these bolts off because of the, it's just not made for the torque. And then you can see it's, you know, a Honda sprocket bolted to, I machined like an edge on the sprocket here so it seats on it, and then drilled out the bolt pattern. But so I got sick and tired of the bolt shearing off, so I welded it up. Welded the little hub to the old sprocket. I can still get this sprocket off to replace it, and to get this, you know, you can still get the axle assembly all apart. But so that shouldn't be breaking anymore. And then just a little recap of the whole bike. But the inverter stuff. Remember, I had this inverter out, and I really couldn't see what somebody repaired or anything like that, or, you know, that it doesn't work quite right. And I took off. I had all these covers off. I was just curious of what's going on under them, and I found that one of the transistors has been replaced. So, you know, at some point it got hot enough, or something, you know, short-circuited or whatever, that, you know, one of these burned out. And you know, just to replace one would be okay, to, like, you know, replace the one, start it up, see if the thing works, see if it has any other major problems, you know, like, you know, any of these control circuits are burned out, or, you know, see that the thing works. But at the same time, it's like if it got hot enough to torch this one, I mean, you can test these with, you know, a voltmeter, on, you know, set on ohms to see if any of them is dead short. But the thing of it is, like in stereo receivers, say you have a stereo receiver that it plays on both sides, but it crackles and snaps, say on one side of it. One of these transistors is probably bad, and it is used. You know, this is what makes the alternating current, and it also makes the alternating current, say, in a stereo receiver. You know, your speakers run on alternating current. So, you know, when you have that in a stereo receiver, it's burnt up technically, and same way with this. If you have, you know, just because these test out okay doesn't mean they're really good. So if, you know, one burns out, you can replace it to see if it works, but you need to go back and replace the rest of them with a matching brand, and all the, you know, specs about it is the same. So I got on eBay and I got a 10-pack, which just only needs to replace 8, and for like $11 and some change. So I'm just going to replace all of these. I don't know when, maybe probably after snow's blowing and I'm bored and I can sit around the house and do it. But I'm willing to bet I replace all these, especially being that this one here is like a severe, cheap Taiwanese. You know, these are, you know, most of the components in here is all, you know, Chinese stuff, but these are the ones here, the stock ones are like a well-known brand. It's probably better quality than this guy right here that somebody put in. And then I did a compatibility, like a chart, looked at a chart. And this guy here has pretty much the same specs as these others, but and I've seen this brand on the chart, you know, as far as things you can swap out. And it was on the same chart as, you know, this brand here as far as being a sorry, the brand of this was on the compatibility chart, but this particular transistor was not, which is kind of weird. But I'm just going to replace all of them, and maybe I can get this guy back up and running. It's kind of a shame to spend money on it and then it don't work. So another $11 to see if it fixes it. If it don't, I guess it'll just be added to a scrap pile weight. But I think that you could use the thing as it is, like it'll run tools and things, but I don't know. I have a lot of cordless stuff, so I'm not really needing to have, you know, portable power like this, you know, somewhere. But I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. And then I got OSB all up in the garage section of my building. There's like a 1-foot top that needs to be finished off, but I think that's just something bowing out over there. It's a piece leaning up against. I don't know what it looks like in the camera, but it's all. I don't have like along the side of the garage doors done yet. I don't know what I'm going to do about them because it's a small area, and you know, I don't know, maybe I can cut around the fasteners. But I think today what I'm going to do is work on getting these pieces on the top in here, and then you see I just got my garage door kind of rigged so it works. It was more of a trial and error of putting it up, and these hangers right here are temporary. So I think what I'm going to do with them is this one here, I'm just going to fasten it to the wall. Just, you know, add like 2x6s against the wall and just fasten it there. That way when I do a ceiling in here, I won't have to worry about at least this hanger hanging down from the ceiling. The other side's too far away from the wall to be able to bring it out, you know, so I'll have to hang it from the ceiling. But and then that's about all I got for today. Mostly mostly my channel is about, you know, tractors and four-wheelers and things like that. But this year's project's been this building, and starting to, come to a tip here with, I don't necessarily have to do some of the things that I want to do in here, right away. I can just might take a break from it. I'm getting kind of burned out on carpentry work for right now, and I guess sometime whenever I get in the carpentry mood, I can get in here and work on a ceiling and things. I'm thinking about, for a ceiling, I'm thinking about getting like that foam board, but I've seen it. My dad's bought it for his basement, but it's like foam board, but it's more like what like a TV's packed in. There's no foam or no film or anything on it. It's just white, and I would like to get that just so that like the reflection of the light from the lights, will add some light in here, and I won't have to paint it. I can just stick it up there and it's white already. I'd like to get something like that. But, and then, it's, if I get something that's like 3/4 inch thick, it'd be like R4 or something, and it'd be, make my attic so it's more functional as far as ventilation. It may not be so hot in here in the summer. I actually thought about trying to put some kind of fan, given that this thing has a crawl space. And even on the hottest days, you go underneath here and it's like nice. I would like to put some kind of fan maybe underneath and draw air from underneath it to blow up in here. It'd be kind of like just, having a fan running, but it'd be make air moving, and the air at least is cooler than what's in here. But I guess this video could be a channel update, I guess. And then all the OSBs in here, and I got some shelves. I would like to put some lower shelves in. And I got all my tools from the other building in here. But yeah, pretty soon snow's gonna be flying. I'm not a winter person whatsoever. I mean, I'll go out in it maybe for a couple hours, like play in the snow with a bike or something, but I don't go out too much in the winter. And whenever I start seeing fall and leaves, some people like seeing the leaves, but I get kind of depressed when I see the leaves turning, because oh man, it's like 4 months of can't go outside and play. Alright guys, I'll catch you guys later.